Hey everyone, it's Pup Twigs here from Orlando, Florida, and joining me today on our next episode of Unleashed is Pup Kai from the Boston, Massachusetts area. How's it going?
Good.
Good, good. Hey, so we'll just dig right into it. So I noticed that you have a camo pup hood. Is there any kind of story behind camo, or do you switch it out every now and then?
I do. This is the first that I got. I do like the camo because I'm very into like tactical, like military gear type of thing. So the camo was what I geared toward the most. But I do want to get for my next one, get a black and red one because I do like those colors as well.
Okay, all right, that's good.
But this was the
And what
go.
about the name Kai, Pup Kai? Is there any kind of a story behind that?
Well, I'm Chinese, so Kai in Chinese it usually symbolizes um. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank here.
Okay,
Just like coming out on top and being, no matter what you go through, it's like kind of like a strength name in Chinese.
okay, okay. And how long have you been in the pup community?
Not very long. I first started being a pup just the beginning of this year in January. So not too long, still pretty fresh.
Okay, good. And what about a pup, what we call born date? Did you select one, or some pups do, some pups don't have one?
Yeah, I guess I would just say January 1st of this year, really. That was
Okay.
kind of a per se New Year's resolution was to try something new, and this would be it. So
And how have you enjoyed being a pup since January?
very good, honestly. I've met quite a few pups. I've met a lot of other people, just building a community, and it's very nice. I've met a lot of nice people, and it's made it very welcoming.
Good, good. Well, that's what we like to hear because we hope this community is all inclusive. Anyone can be a pup or whatever you want to be. So thinking about just a few months that you've actually been a pup, what has been the easiest part of being a pup, and what has been the most difficult piece of being a pup?
I would say the easiest for me is really getting into the headspace. Whenever I put the hood on, it's just pretty instant. So that's the easiest part for me. I know some people can struggle with getting in the headspace, but I haven't really had that issue. As far as the hardest part, it would be finding events near me. Unfortunately, the town I live in, the smaller town, there's not a lot of community like with the pubs around here. There's not a lot of events that are catered to that.
Hmm.
So that would be the hardest part is finding events.
So do you just pretty much have to travel to Boston to
Yeah, I
get an
mainly have to
event?
go to downtown Boston. There's a monthly event that I go to called Fascination. It's a kink-friendly event, but it is very heavily populated by pups as well.
Okay, okay. So if there's a one thing that you could change as part of the pup community, what do you think that change would be?
I would probably say the way I'm not saying all pups, but when I first started in the community, there are a couple pups that I met, well, I don't speak to anymore, but I feel like a lot of some pups tend to put each other in categories as far as gear wise. I feel like some pups feel as if they may be a better pup because of the gear they have or don't
Mhm.
have. And I feel like within the community, that's something that needs to be worked on. That it doesn't matter what gear you have or don't have. I think everybody's just as valid in being a pup. And I don't think you need the gear to be in the headspace. I think that's something that
Yeah,
people should.
I agree with you. You don't have to have the gear and spend all the money to be a pup. You could be a pup
Exactly.
without it. Yeah.
Hmm.
So what kind of hobbies do you have, whether it's human hobbies or maybe Pup Kai has some hobbies?
Well, hobbies that I have when I'm not a pup, I would say I like hiking a lot. I go to the gym. I'm a bowler. I very much enjoy bowling. And as far as pup wise, I don't really think I have any hobbies yet as a pup, besides if I'm playing with my alpha. That's about it.
Okay, all right. And what about any pets?
I do have some pets. I have three dogs. They're all rescues from Texas, actually.
Oh, amazing.
I have Ruby, who is a golden retriever mixed with a beagle. I have Gracie, who's also a golden mixed with a beagle. And we just got a new dog named Zoe, and she's 100% a lab, and we just rescued her about a month ago.
Oh, That is
Mhm.
awesome. Love that. So, how does Pup Kai identify? Do you consider yourself more a beta, omega, or an alpha, or maybe none of the above?
I would say that it took me a while to find my place. I would say that I'm definitely more of a beta though, just because in general I have both the dominant and also submissive side.
Okay,
But I definitely wouldn't put myself as omega. So that beta is definitely the best fit for me.
okay. So you mentioned that it's kind of hard to find other pups in the area that you're in. Do you know of any pup groups that are close to you? I know we mentioned Boston, or belong to any kind of a pack at this point.
I know they have a New England pup and handler community that I'm a part of on Facebook, and they
Okay.
do have, but usually those are up in Boston and stuff like that. So I try to keep in contact with those people just to get, dates and times when they do have events, which there are more coming up this summer, which is great. During the winter time, there's not as many because of the cold.
Oh, well, yeah, I agree with that. It is cold out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so you mentioned one event that happens in Boston. Is that pretty much the only event that you have going on in the area, or?
That's about it that I have heard of. I do have a friend, my alpha pup, who has gone to a couple of other ones at a place called Alley Bar in Providence. So
Hmm.
that'll have something I check out too. But that main event in Boston is the one I tend to go
It
to.
is the main one.
Hmm.
So if you could give a piece of advice to someone brand new wanting to get into the pup community, what would that advice be?
I would say definitely do your research. I did mine beforehand. I watched a lot of videos on Pup Play, and where to purchase your first hood. My advice for purchasing a hood, you don't have to go buku on the first one. Like, for Mr. S, they can be pretty expensive.
Yes.
I got off of Amazon for $40, which was pretty great. And it's just to help me get in the headspace. Um, but yeah, just have fun with it. Don't be afraid to try out new things. But yeah, definitely do the research for sure because I had to do a lot before I, you know,
And
could get.
that's some great advice. So I always challenge the next pup with a question from the previous pup. So do you have a question that you would want to ask the next pup that I interview?
I would like to ask them how they got their pup name. What was the origin and what made them choose that specific name.
Okay, and that's a good one. And so I've got kind of a real cool one. First time this has come up. This is from a pup Baymax out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And he wanted to know, what is your favorite play toy?
My favorite play toy, I actually have it right here.
Oh,
It's
sweet.
it's this little monkey with a rope on it. But I like that it has the rope on it because I can play tug with my alpha and it
Yeah.
doesn't rip or anything. Unfortunately, the squeaker did break though, so it doesn't squeak anymore.
Oh no, but
But this is one of my favorites, so I love this one. This one's great.
oh, I love that. I absolutely love that. So let's say some pups view this podcast once we get it posted and they want to reach out to you, say hi, or that just that they've seen you on here. How's the best way for them to reach out to you?
That would be through my Instagram, which is it's all underscore. It's Pup Kai 98.
Okay. All right. So any last words that you would want to share on here before we get off of the call?
Nothing really. I just wanted to thank you for your time and interviewing me. This has been great, so I appreciate it.
All right. Well, I have thoroughly enjoyed getting to sit down and talk with you for this little bit of time. It's always good to hear pups from all over. You're my first one from Massachusetts. So
Oh, nice.
now I have a goal of hitting all 50 states, hopefully one day. We'll see. But I just want to share a real quick quote from us that we got is, remember, whether you're a pup or a handler or just an interested observer, the most important thing is always to embrace your unique identity and be true to yourself.
I like that a lot. That's a
So
good.
for next time, this is Pup Twigs from Orlando, Florida, and Pup Kai from Boston, Massachusetts. See everyone later.